We offer two dimensions to the idea of morality, ethics and morality. We say one way. Suppose you are in a theistic mode. Think God like a super personality, and majority of Hindus are like that. We say in that case, you can do the same as the Abrahamic traditions do, to say that the reason why I have to be good to others, look after others and not hurt others is because there's somebody looking over my shoulder, is in charge of creating me, is in charge of creating him. So it is automatic responsibility that we mustn't hurt but must help others. Comes out naturally because we've got this commonality, God. That's why imposition, theistic approach. Then I come with this non-theistic. You see how the non-theistic approach steals your heart, it hit you. The non-theistic approach says this. Do you know why I should not hurt her, or why shouldn't I hurt somebody? I just told you the same spirit that's bubbling up here is bubbling up there. If I hurt her, I'm hurting myself. I'm stuck with her. It's not because there's an imposition, there's a God sitting in judgment. I see myself multiplied and reflected everywhere. I'm in trouble. I cannot hurt. And why should I help somebody who's down? Is it because my book said be charitable, pay so much money to charity? Don't you see? That's undignifying. The reason why I lift her up is not because my book said be charitable, because I can't help myself. I'm helping myself. I'm just taking money from this pocket and putting it in this pocket. Now this is the pristine idea. So you are stuck with the rest of the living kingdom and you are stuck with them. Again, this comes in context. Look, the Hindus are open to this idea. Marvelous ideas, when you try and translate them into practice, they come in context. So suppose I meet somebody who wants to kill me. What should I do? Fight back. You too are divine. So in context, the terms of engagement will still be very careful. You will come across Hitlers, you need to lock them up. So he doesn't say, there's God, everybody, let him do what he likes. Lock him up. Because you too are divine and he's out for greater ill. So you need to cull him, stop him. So this idea of seeing this pristine idea, divinity everywhere, and yet it can only be put into practice in context, looking at the context. Let me give a very practical example. You see, Gandhi became world famous because this idea of standing up for what he believes to be true in a non-violent fashion was a new tool that he pulled out. Idea of ahimsa, standing up to injustice in a non-violent manner. Straight with this idea that I'm just telling you about, because divinity in others, you don't hurt somebody else just because you want to make your point. Try and deal with it in a humane manner. So Gandhi, in a way, produced a political weapon of, if you like, resolving human problem in a humane manner. Before it was conflict, kill or be killed. Here he said, no, in a humane way we can resolve the problem. And he managed to succeed in getting independence for India. And that's why he became world famous. And that's why, Martin Luther King adopted the same idea, and the apartheid system and the segregation in the United States disappeared in 60 years. Do you know to what extent it disappeared? In fact, Obama has got a portrait of Gandhi in his office. He said, I need to keep him in front of me because look, because of this new tool that Gandhi discovered and put on the world stage, the slaves who built the White House are now ruling from the White House. See a transformation taking place. But this can only take place if you take into account the context in which you are operating. Suppose Hitler wanted to rule India and he came to India and said, okay, you chaps, I'm going to rule you. And Hitler was around at the time. And Gandhi said, ahimsa, non-violent. Hitler said, come here, you'll be the first one in the guest chamber. Nobody will hear your name. See, the context was different. The only way you could fight him was to roll up your sleeves. Even if you're a Christian nation, roll up your sleeves and thump him. So the context is crucial. Even though ethics and morality are issues that we need to explore, again, who decides finally? Is there a book in the Hinduism that says, okay, it's all written in black and white here? No, the Hindu says grayscale. It's all grayscale. You are responsible. You are the spark of the divine, and you got this faculty called rationality. Use it to the full to come to terms. You may get it wrong. So if you take an ethical, moral issues, say euthanasia, abortion, genetic engineering, cloning, live embryo research, this is all grayscale, say the Hindus. And the responsibility is not in some book that Hindus have produced, prescription, there's a responsibility on humanity. You are the spark of the divine. You sort yourself out now. Use this to the full. Say, to where can you draw a line and say, no, this I can't allow. Research is wrong. You're killing human beings. You're sending them to the early death by euthanasia. You must you decide. And this is a grand nature of this. It allows humanity to take it, doesn't give you a free prescription. So it is relativism in the sense, but it's a relative in the sense that look at the whole context and come to a, suppose you get the conclusion is wrong. Suppose you're misguided. So be it. Go nothing better. But it throws the responsibility and the blame, if you like, on us, saying you decide. We just give you the grayscale. I'll just touch on one idea. Say euthanasia, very hot thing to discuss, political thing. In some European countries, you can get assisted suicide, legalized. In the UK, they're negotiating, they're talking about it, and I think it will come. What is the Hindu take? He says grayscale. The life of that person belongs to him, so society cannot impose themselves. No, you continue to suffer, and because life is valuable, you must carry on. It's not ours to dictate. We recognize. At the same time, we say because this is a slippery slope, and we are going to live in a world where there's going to be a growing aged population, living in the 90s. And the National Health Service is creaking, and they don't have the money to pay for it. There are not enough youngsters to fund them. There will be a natural tendency in society to shove people into euthanasia because you allowed it, you legalized it. So if your granny is saying, I got backache, my son, I got backache, come here, granny, we sort you. Can you sign this paper, please? See? A risky, very slippery slope. So where do the Hindus say? They say it's tricky. Deal with it. No hard and fast rule. This openness and at the same time giving responsibility to us is a good thing. They throw the responsibility. There is no fixed book, nothing. All the scriptures of this kind of moral and ethics are considered to be contextual. They come with a sell-by date. So what was perhaps suitable for 2000 is not suitable today. They tell you that, right? They give you a health warning. This is sell-by date, may be gone, like milk. You need to produce a new one. They allow you to evolve on moral issues.
Free e-learning course in Hinduism. To register, please visit www.hindu-academy.com.
Talks on Hinduism, sponsored by People Care, encouraging caring for the elderly in their own homes. For more information, please visit peoplecare.com.